And now it's really getting dark. Making our way. I apologize for track conditions, everybody. We've had a lot of rain out here once again. Well over a month straight. Nothing but rain. So let's see how she does here. And not only was the track trashed from rain and erosion and all that good nonsense, but we also had a tree come down on the track as well. A big beech tree came down and threatened to wipe out some pieces of the course. Yes, I have the motor sitting up higher than it was previously. So this may be a little bit of a learning experience for myself. Trying to get used to the truck, or get used to the truck again. Sure, it's going to handle it a little bit differently. Testing out our hill braking. That new motor, 3-segment motor, so it should have some fantastic hill hold. Turning radius not the best on the TF2. Of course, you all know that. And we're going to bounce around on the course a little bit today, and let's go from one spot to another. For this evening, I should say. Working our way into the first over-under tunnel. RC full drive, 1.9 Interco IROC tires. No name aluminum wheels, ordered from Wish.com or the Wish app. Kind of a Boom Racing knockoff wheel. I've been saying it all summer, but this section that we're on right now is not going to be here for long. Next summer, it's going to be one of the first things to get uprooted and redesigned. This whole little section that we're on right now will be gone next summer. I had plans to get rid of it this summer, but I got sidetracked with other projects. And that huge rain delay has definitely slowed things down. Weird angle there. Once again, motor mounted really high up into the chassis, so we might get a rollover right here, which I really don't want. Try to avoid that. Oh, I think we're looking for a rollover. Truck has some pretty crazy ground clearance on it for a trail finder too. At the chassis, or at the transfer case, we should say. Quite a lot of ground clearance under there. Running the suspension in a full sag position. 96mm Tamiya Clodbuster shocks, or TXT aluminum oil-filled shocks. So those are some old vintage aluminum Tamiya TXT shocks, or Clodbuster shocks, however you want to look at it. They seem to be the best fit on here out of all the shocks that I've been shopping for. Again, trying to skip our boring sections and just move right on into the good stuff here. Testing out our hill braking, our hill hold, which is, I don't have my finger on the gas, so that's just all motor hill hold there. Same, all motor. Finger nowhere near the throttle. 35 turn motor, brushed, adjustable timing. We do have some other 35 turn motors. One that I was really looking at was the Team Brood Creep. But at close to $90, that was a little bit out of my price range for the old TF2. If I'm going to start spending money like that, I'll get a brushless system for it. One wheel in the air. Just nothing new for the TF2. This one you gotta kind of kick it off to the side a little bit. Drop that weight down. And this truck has some crazy articulation, even though we're not showing it right now, but for a leaf spring truck, this thing flexes out like you wouldn't believe. The only other vehicle that we have on the channel that is comparable to this truck with suspension flex and ground clearance is my niece's Red Cat Gen 8 after we shortened up the wheelbase and added the 110mm shocks all the way around. And the TF2, believe it or not, still has a little bit more chassis clearance at the transfer case versus the Red Cat Gen 8. And the Gen 8 definitely has the TF2 beat as far as axle clearance and things of that nature go. I'm running some Boom Racing axles on the TF2 currently. And the ring and pinions hang down quite a bit on these. And get snagged on just about everything. Kind of like a corporate 14-bolt 1-ton rear axle. Pinion really hangs down. Well, not the pinion, but the ring gear really hangs down on it. As you can see there, that ring and pinion casing there is hanging down quite a bit. It gets snagged on quite a lot of stuff. But they do have a great turning radius, right around 45 degrees. And I increased my turning radius on the vehicle. What the heck was that? Let's watch it again in slow motion. There it goes. There it goes again. Not a bug. Don't know what it is. Creeping our way up. Tradition of skipping the boring stuff today. Took the truck off the log bridge and moved it back onto the course again. We've had a dilapidated cabin amongst our storm damage from all our heavy rains and whatnot. And high winds. Took down one of our track cabins. They weren't built for a long time, they were built for a good time. Our RC four-wheel drive integral IROC is going to be loading up a little bit there, some of the wet material. 25C discharge rating on the battery, so not a lot of punch coming off of that battery. These RC 4-wheel drive Interco IROCs, man, I really love these tires in dry conditions. But out here on our course, when things start to get a little bit moist, they just load up like mad. One of those spots where you can use a wrench, and we do have one. But I don't think we're going to need it. Just like in real life, winch is the last resort. And here comes two more orbs flying right over top of the truck on the right side of the screen. There's one big one right there. Let's check them out again. Here they are. 1 and 2. Last resort. Moving into the town of Old Stump, which is really one of our last log cabins. It's right on this corner. Another high-speed flyer, and it's still standing. It's one that my niece built. Taking another look at it here, it kind of looks like the one that flew over us on the Woodbridge, but upon looking at the still images, it is much different. And it's still standing. It's one that my niece built. And there's the log cabin right there. Coming out of Old Stump and moving into the first sand hill. There's no problem right now because everything's a little bit moist. Alright, coming back down off the sand hill. Since we're just goofing around a little bit, I think we're just going to turn around and see if we can make it right back up this. Not dust. The dirt is wet. Not bugs. The air is too cold. Don't know what those are. Orbs is my guess. Top is no good. It is wide open, full pull. Team Brewed Devastator 35 turn motor. Not expecting a whole bunch out of that. It's only a 35 turn motor. Probably be a little bit better if we didn't have these RC 4-wheel drive Interco IROCs on here at the moment. We had the Traxxas Canyon Trail cheater tires that I custom carved. We would walk right up this hill without a problem. I guarantee it. I should be trying to creep this hill, everybody, but once again, these tires are loading up, so only way to get them to clear out is with RPM, revolutions per minute. Only thing to clear out those tires. For those of you who don't know, this does have a 2-speed transmission in it, but I have it welded, literally arc welded into first gear. That way, we eliminate slop in the transmission. Rolling slop. It has a 2-speed, but second gear is no longer in operation. My ESC seems to be losing its punch there. It's wide open. Axial AE5 ESC. Original ESC for this vehicle. I've had it in here for well over 3 years. And it's seen all kinds of water. Completely submerged. Well, pretty much completely submerged for almost half of its life, really. For the first half of its life. A lot of time going up and down rivers with the truck. About time I should replace it. Those Interco IROCs are trying to get some traction. Gotta aim for the rocks a little bit here. Get rid of some of that chatter. Yes, I probably could switch this vehicle over to Lynx and it would have better suspension all the way around. Not that that's going to help us up this hill. But this is one of the only vehicles, or is the only vehicle on my channel that is fully leaf sprung from front to rear. And I kind of like it like that. It's one of a kind. At least for the channel. And I don't think we're getting up this one without a winch. Not with these tires on it. Let's try it out on the over-under rock bridge. Now that we have our tires all nice and loaded up. All kinds of different angles that we can go on this bridge here. And it has all kinds of wicked angles. In every direction that you go. want to go that way. Definitely don't want to go that way. And a little axle snagus going on there with those boom racing axles. I like those axles and all, but man, they just really snag up on everything. That leads to things like that. But since we're still on our wheels, let's keep on trucking along here. Having that motor rotated back up into the chassis again is also making this thing a little bit more rollover prone than it was previous. And we are currently jamming up an axle back there. And this appears to be a bug, because it looks like it has wings, but upon closer inspection, looking at the pictures with a pair of reading glasses on, I'm not too sure. Yeah, the wings aren't very symmetrical there, you know, from side to side, plus you can kind of see through them. It's somewhat translucent. A little image at the very top there, looks like a couple little eye holes there, and maybe a mouth. Once again, not too sure. It's putting out a lot of light, that's for sure. And the little hazy nonsense around the sides kind of throws you off a bit. Definitely kicking out a lot of light for whatever it is. Not so good for the leaf springs. You can twist the spring doing that, bend the spring, break the spring very easily. More axle snag issues. It's still one of my favorite trucks. Just because it does have loose springs and everything's a little bit more difficult with it. Want to go that way. Oh, that's all bad. Protec steering servo. Black Label 370 TBL Black Label. Almost forgot the name of it for a second there. Protec 370 TBL Black Label steering servo. Right now we have over 600 inch-ounces of steering torque, which is quite a bit. And this truck needs it. And with all the slop that's in the steering with the leaf springs and all the Terraflex revolver shackles and whatnot, it needs that extra torque to get those tires turning left to right, just because there's so much slop in the steering components. But there's really nothing you can do about with this truck in particular. If we eliminate the slop, we're going to eliminate our flex. So it's a little bit of give and take there. We're off the course and onto a gravel pile. And look how quickly she gets stuck. Axle wrap, no good for anybody. Definitely not getting up this without some assistance, that is for sure. That is the end result of that. And that's going to conclude our testing. I'll take it out for a quick run just to see how she did. And all in all, I really like the motor so far, but I'm not too impressed with it having it up in that location. And having it mounted back in its original position up high in the chassis, I don't like that at all. It's way too tippy with having it up there. See our Protec steering servo. Way too tippy with having it up there. So even though I did spend a little chunk of change on that motor, I think I'm going to clock it right back down into the chassis again. I like it sitting down into the chassis more than I do sitting where it is currently. So that's going to do it, everyone. Very much appreciated for y'all sticking around and watching the video, and we will see you all on the next one.